Hello today, my name is Andrea and I'm the founder of EverjoyAi, and this is my behind the scenes channel, Mega Views, and I put this together because I wanted to take you into a deep dive of how to build a vertical. And today I'm going to talk to you about something that's crucial. I mean, I did it at school, accounting, and it wasn't my favorite topic, but it was very fundamental in understanding business transactions in terms of finance, balancing checks, looking at financial statements, and then later on the track it did help me with my insurance business, the family business that I was working with, and understanding how to read financials. So from the basic accounting skills, bookkeeping, to the more advanced strategic management, looking at financial forecasting, understanding what it takes to scale a business, cash flow projections, looking at obviously the insurance side of things as well. But this tool is something that I think is going to be really beneficial to many businesses who are trying to then pivot from what they normally use, which is probably QuickBooks or MYOB, and then look at something that's more vibe coded, AI native, so then they can start using the AI agents as well within the system to then send those invoices. So this is very early stage because I want to actually test this out a couple of times before I then sell it, because I do want to make sure that what I'm selling you is going to be something that's going to work properly, especially with finances and things like that. You don't want to be giving the clients the wrong invoices, or the calculations are off because of hallucinations. So this is something I've left because I wasn't too sure, but I think the technology has kind of caught up and it's getting better and better. So I want to make sure that this particular thing is 100%. Some things you can play around with and be, a little bit lighthearted about, but other things like finances, legal, all those sort of things are more, even healthcare is more serious, and that's why I sort of left that to last. But now I feel like it's a good time to sort of pivot, just the CMS that I was using into a proper financial management tool that handles everything. So so I'll take you through this now and we can have a look at it. There's obviously, this is the dashboard, and purple's my color, so I just went all over the purple and just made a really clean interface, and you can see that's basically how it works. I haven't put any monetary kind of system in places yet because I do want to test it out properly, and then I'll see whether I am happy with it, 100% happy with it, and then I will decide whether it is something that I can pitch to people. But right now it's just kind of setting the foundations of financial management and looking at a proper tool that we can use as solopreneurs, or even if you have a co-founder, that's pretty cool, or if you do have a bookkeeper that does the books and they're looking for a streamlined financial management tool, this is perfect for that. So so we'll sign in here. So that is the dashboard, and here you can see it's a pretty standard, straightforward dashboard. It's nothing too fancy or anything like that. It's just to make sure that everything is here and runs smoothly, and then you can see the total revenue. Obviously I didn't put demo figures in here because I actually want to start using it for myself and seeing how it works. So you'll see I haven't put any info, but as I just completed vibe coding it today, so I'm going to start testing it. So you can see the total revenue, total expenses, net profit, and transactions, and all of those will be real figures once I put the financial information in there. And then if you go into transactions, then you can see you can have the transaction breakdown over here. And then here we have invoices. Obviously you're going to be sending clients invoices. You can create an invoice and you can upload your particular logo or your information on there that you want, customize your invoice. And then we have bills and accounts payable, so all the bills that may come in, could be even electricity bill, or even if you have an office or whatever it is, it all comes in there. And then contacts, you can manage all your clients in here. Maybe you have retainers and things like that, you can add them in here. So the categories, so you can have all the different, you can see all the different categories broken down, especially if you have expenses spreadsheet, you can see all the expenses all in there, and even could be like stationery for your office or whatever it is, it's all in there, tracking it. And then chart of accounts, manage your accounts categories for double entry bookkeeping, so you can keep in all of the records of all of that. You can even upload receipts and things like that. And then bank accounts, manage your bank account balances and upload statements. You can upload your statement, or you can add an account to that as well. And then recurring transactions, so just looking at the different transactions, how it's all going to fit together. And then obviously, I know a lot about insurance, but I'm just making it very brief here. So these are insurance policies that you can, maybe you're doing business insurance or professional indemnity, whatever it is, you can have all your insurances there to see what it covers and what the premiums are. And then subscriptions and recurring payments, so recurring payments could be anything like maybe you signed up to a Gemini account, and you have like a maybe business account for Gemini, and you're using the pro version for video generation or whatever it is, you have that in there. And then you have reports, so you have, obviously you need a report for each of these, especially if you have everything in here, you want a report for any of them to be downloaded or sent as an email. Then you have your profit and loss statement. Here you can track how your total revenue turnover is calculated, and then also your balance sheet, which makes sure that everything balances. As I said, checks and balances are important. So so that's that. And then also you have your cash flow, so this also makes sure that you're running your business at a profit, as a healthy profit margins, nothing's too tight. And then you can also do your budget to make sure, everybody has a budget, even people that you think are making double $1 million revenue, they even have a budget. So it's very important to live within your means, or even if you do have debt, to be able to mitigate that debt with certain budgets that help you manage things effectively. And then tax, here's your tax management page, and you can see GST as well, and then tax obligations, tax returns and obligations, and obviously it'll be IRS for the States, and or IRD for New Zealand. So and then it'll be different for Australia and other countries, but we'll just not get into too much in detail. You can just sort of make it work for your country and revive code it for your country if you need it. So that's how we can work that through, and I hope that it has helped you and help clarify certain things that need to go into a system like that. You can even take a screenshot of this and see if you can vibe code it yourself, or if that's too much of an effort for you and you just want the actual system itself, give me a chance to first test it out, make sure all the figures are entered in properly and it's running properly, and I'm happy with it, and at least for a couple of months, and then I'll be ready to deploy this as a proper tool. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Mega Tech Views, and even this really practical everyday tool is going to be very handy for a lot of people, a lot of business owners looking to stream down their costs of running a business. Everybody's finding it really tough in these economic conditions, and every dollar you save and you can streamline your operational costs is going to help quite a lot, especially for small businesses who don't have that bigger margin. So do contact me. My email address will be in the bottom of this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.